Greetings, I'm John Phillips, and this is Up or Down. Should police departments be demilitarized? Why Boy Scouts can no longer play with water guns? And should big corporations be required to hire veterans? All of this and more will be judged with a thumbs up or a thumbs down by our panel. They are stand-up comic and PJTV contributor Stephen Cruiser. And making her first appearance on Up or Down, I think your first appearance on anything related to PJTV, correct?
Yes.
All right, Breitbart writer and Navy veteran Kelly Serio, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks for
having me. We'll try not to scare you too much. Or at least I'll try to prevent Cruiser from scaring you too much, let's be honest, and get started. Our first topic involves military equipment. Military equipment that will no longer be provided by the government to local law enforcement agencies, to be exact. President Obama announced the move that went into effect last week. Armored vehicles, grenade launchers, and bayonets will no longer be given to police departments. Other items like riot equipment and explosives will be given to police only if they can provide proof that the gear will be used responsibly. The move was done to help ease tensions between police and minority communities, especially in the wake of incidents in Ferguson, Missouri, and Baltimore, Maryland. So up or down, should police departments be allowed to use military equipment in order to keep the peace? Stephen Cruiser.
Back in the day, I would have said no, but back in the day, I was a young man who drank a lot and got in trouble with the cops a lot. So now, seeing what's been going on in America lately, way up. If I were a cop right now, I wouldn't go for coffee without a grenade launcher, okay? They're under attack, and the dumbest part of that is the whole, if they can prove they're going to use it responsibly. So if you can go into one riot without the stuff and be polite, is that the, I don't know what the deal, right now, I didn't used to, right now, I don't care, because now, you know, Obama and the libertarians are in concert on that one right now. Tanks, yeah, and as we've said before here, when that riot starts in your neighborhood, you're going to wish the cops had tanks.
Kelly?
I'm going to go with a big thumbs up for that one, too, just to kind of piggyback off what he said. You know, what if something were to happen, and God forbid our military not be prepared for it? So I think it's extremely important. And it's, you know, if they use good judgment, good leadership, and proper training, then it shouldn't be a problem. I just see, you know, negative repercussions if our military were not armed when something happens.
You know, we have a friend, Kurt Schlichter, who's in the National Guard and who was out at the scene at some of the worst violent areas during the LA riots.
Yes.
And because everyone was caught so flat-footed, he was sent out there with a gun and no bullets.
That's helpful.
That's how disorganized they were.
That's helpful.
So now that they have this equipment ready to go, if you have an incident like this, you can really prevent the rioting from spreading.
Well, it's kind of the old military concept, peace through strength. You know, they might not be using it, but if the bad guy or the offender knows that it's there, then they might be more inclined to back off. So it's so important.
And the presupposition here is that if you give it to the cops, they're going to use it all the time. No, they're not going to go out, okay, we got a DUI checkpoint, here's a tank.
Right.
That's not going to happen. Although, I think maybe might deter me.
Well, listen, you need it handy anytime the Lakers win a championship.
Yes.
Not that that's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, that's cute.
This brings us to our Facebook and Twitter poll. We asked you if you think police departments should be allowed to use military equipment like armored vehicles. Here's what you had to say. 18% of you said yes. Police departments should be allowed to use military equipment as it's needed to restore order during times of chaos. 45% of you Rand Paul fans out there said no, the equipment causes more problems than solutions. And 37% of you said maybe the equipment must be used responsibly and there must be accountability as well. Although I'd lump them in with the yes, because who wants them to use it without responsibility?
In riots, there are no maybes.
That's right. Now on to topic number 2. The Boy Scouts of America have banned members, have banned their members from having water gun fights. Scouts may no longer have water gun fights because they're not allowed to point guns at each other. The new rule comes from an updated scouting rule book. The rule states that water guns and rubber band guns must only be used to shoot at targets and eye protection must be worn. In addition, if scouts play with water balloons, the balloons must be no larger than a ping pong ball, which makes no sense because they all look like Kardashian breasts when I was a kid. The balloons must also be biodegradable. Wah, wah. The ban on aiming guns at each other also includes laser tag. So thumbs up or thumbs down on the Boy Scouts becoming the Girl Scouts. Stephen Cruiser.
Not even the Girl Scouts. Every girl I know is tougher than that, too. I mean, that's just this I hate. Take the PC people out. You know why water guns were developed? You know, it can only be used to shoot at targets. No, because back in the day, boys used to actually go shoot at targets with real guns. So if you're going to shoot at each other, let's do something fun, like water. Boom, 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 boom. It's water. Are you not supposed to splash in the pool now because it's too much like slapping? I mean, this is just the wussification of America. You know what's going to happen? One day we're going to be sitting around with this and all the bands and the PC and everything, and like 4 Canadians are going to waltz in and take the country. Canada doesn't even have a country, and they're going to come in and take the whole country.
You'd think they'd be playing water gun fights with the Wicked Witch.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a thumbs down on the ban. I think it's part of society's grab to emasculate men. Both of my brothers were Boy Scouts, and I see nothing wrong with a little bit of summer fun because boys will be boys. That's what they do.
How are they supposed to be Boy Scouts? I was a Boy Scout. We had to go out and do some unspeakable things in the woods, you know, and now it's like, oh, the water hurts me. Whatever. Stop. I'm going to Costa Rica if I can find a way to get guns in there.
And we're not going to ask a follow-up question on what those unspeakable things in the woods Cruiser speaks of.
They didn't have porta potties. They did not have porta potties. That's all I'm saying.
This brings us to today's Facebook question. We asked our followers on Twitter and Facebook if they support the Boy Scouts of America banning water gun fights. Here's what some of you had to say. Cy Stanton tweeted, "I'm so glad I was allowed to grow up without too many liberal pinheads getting in the way." Greg Macklin said, "Used to be an organization that prepared boys to become men. Now it's making them wusses." You didn't see this, but Stephen Cruiser just gave him a thumbs up.
Yes.
Dale Bilger said, "No, quit bowing to radical feminism!" Exclamation point. "The Boy Scouts no longer has the ability to raise our boys into men. I won't support them at all anymore. They're going the way of the dinosaur if they keep this up." Felicia Murphy said, "Sad and predictable, but funny. Funniest part is the rules about wearing eye protection and controlling the size of the water balloons. Hashtag no fun."
Yes.
Thanks so much for sending in your comments. And if you want to learn more about the War on Boys, be sure to check out the latest PJTV special series called The War on Men. It's available right now at the PJTV store. Moving on. Walmart has unveiled a new plan to hire veterans. The retail giant wants to hire 250,000 honorably discharged vets by the year 2020. This is part of the company's Veterans Welcome Home Commitment Program that launched in 2013. It's been so successful, the company wanted to expand it. The program guarantees a job to any eligible U.S. veteran honorably discharged from active duty. Other companies with programs to hire vets include J.P. Morgan and General Electric. So up or down, should big corporations be required to have programs that hired honorably discharged vets? Stephen Cruiser.
Interesting trick question to try to get me there. Be required. Are we talking about required by the federal government?
Required.
Because then I say no. Because
Yes.
now the federal government is forcing people to do things. But I would like to think that in America there are enough big companies left like this that want to do the right thing and are still doing the right thing. So and I know it's a huge problem, but I mean maybe give them incentives to help them with vocational programs for veterans. But required, I don't know.
I would argue it's not necessarily patriotic. It's in their own self-interest because the public school systems are so bad where you don't know what kind of training someone's going to come in with a high school diploma.
Yeah.
But you know if someone's been to the military, they're going to come in with training.
And they've learned to pay attention and have some discipline, yes.
You're a vet. What do you think
So
about
I'm
this?
a vet. I'm going to say thumbs down on required. Do I think I highly encourage it because who wouldn't want a group of talented and hardworking people on their team? But when you talk about requirement, that's tyranny, and the government should never force a corporation to do something. People should just want to do it out of the goodness of their heart or to help them because reintegration is, very difficult for a lot of military veterans. So I think it's important for them to know the options that they have and have companies that do put these, these policies and programs in place to help veterans. I think it's wonderful. But as a veteran and an advocate, I don't know of anyone that just wants a handout. We like to work for things. So I don't think, it should be required by the federal government. Absolutely not.
I think most vets would feel the same way.
I would hope so.
And because it makes the liberals' heads explode, I'm perfectly all right with Walmart becoming militarized. I think they should get military equipment too.
The guy greeting you when you walk in is
I
packing
want the
heat,
greeter.
right?
I want the greeter to be a vet, and I want him to have some cannon wear on him.
Now on to our final topic. Fast food chains keep cranking out new extreme eats to help fuel their bottom line. For example, Carl's Jr. has debuted their new Thick Burger. It's a meaty monstrosity containing all of your favorite American meats. And it'll do a number on your waistline, too. Listen to this. The beef burger includes Lay's kettle-cooked potato chips, pickles, and a hot dog wedged between 2 buns. The thick burger contains 1,030 calories and 64 grams of fat. It costs about $6. Is this delicious or disgusting, Stephen Cruiser?
I don't know if it's delicious. I'm not opposed to it. I figure, go big or go home, okay? And that's what Carl's Jr. does. I was just mentioning this to my girlfriend yesterday. I said, I love Carl's Jr., even though I don't eat most of these burgers, but their whole philosophy is put more stuff on it. What do you got here? Put it on a burger. Put it on a, you're gonna see the CEO's head on a burger one day, and it's the CEO burger, and it's
How can you fit that in your mouth?
No, you can't fit. I had a 3x3 at In-N-Out yesterday. Could not fit it in my mouth. I had to like smush it down like this. But that's America right there. If somebody wants to get 1,000 calories in one burger right there, and then go call, someone with a rib spreader, that's up to them. Excess is still okay. That should come with a water pistol.
There might be one in there.
I hope so.
That burger's like Mary Poppins'
John.
carpet bag. I think I saw a box set of The Godfather in there. Look at that.
It's Jimmy Hoffa's finger.
Oh gosh, I personally wouldn't touch it, but America's about the individual. So if someone wants to spend $6 on a burger that's 1,030 calories, more power to them. Go for it, but I'm gonna pass.
I love the fact that the burger costs about the same amount as the copay.
It's beautiful. You know exactly what you have to save on this end and on that end. I love it.
All right, that's going to do it for today's show. Go ahead and leave your comments in the comment section below, and don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/PJTV. I'm John Phillips for Stephen Cruiser and Kelly Serio. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great weekend.